And we have people say that all the time. I've been wanting to stop for 2 years. I finally stopped in, and now we'll be back. We're regulars.
If they pass by, turn around and come back. It'd be worthwhile.
You've probably driven by it hundreds, maybe thousands of times on Route 460 in Montvale. But now, you got no excuse to say you don't know about Granny's cooking. Welcome to Dale's Diner.
The big brown building on the hill that people miss at 70 miles an hour on 460. Hopefully my new sign's making some difference for that.
Dale West, a Botetourt County boy, found his love of cooking in Granny West's kitchen when he was just 4 years old.
My brothers and I would stay with Granny and Granddaddy, you know, and Granny would take me in the kitchen and I was her helper. She could take anything and make it taste good, and I think she instilled that in me. It
was consistent flavor Dale had trouble finding in other restaurants that started his journey to open this diner.
We'd go places to eat and just not necessarily be happy with everything I got.
Then one night, while he was working and managing a car dealership, it hit him.
Woke at 3 o'clock in the morning one morning, and God spoke to me and said, change is coming.
Dale didn't know what that change was until a few years later, when a retired minister spoke to him at an event he was catering.
He looked at me, locked eyes, and teared up, and he's like, thank you for being here today. What a blessing you are to us. Well, I just washed over with the Spirit, and I'm like, no, you're the blessing, brother. I appreciate you. So I felt like God spoke to me that day and said, this is your call and this is your passion. This is what you need to be doing. So here I am. This is where he put me.
Now, under the guidance of Dale's direction, his brother and nephew are giving customers that consistency Dale craved for so many years.
If you're traveling through and come through 2 years from now, you're going to have the same meatloaf as you did 2 years ago.
It's like being at home.
Yeah, it really is. Only better because you cook better than I do.
Good country food. That's what I like about it.
You'll find everything you would in your own Granny's kitchen. An average of 6 meatloaf boats bubbling out of this oven every day. Chili made from the inspiration of Dale's aunt, and more sides than you can shake a hickory stick at.
Love those green beans and a ton of cheese in this mac and cheese. Yeah. I didn't start liking pintos until recently. That's good. That makes it even better.
The meatloaf just melts in your mouth.
Oh, yes. It's got a wonderful juicy flavor and a nice crisp on the outside that I really appreciate.
Kenny Burgers, it's the best.
Yup, the famous Kenny Burgers. Not a recreation or from a jar, the original ketchup-based homemade recipe.
My family was a part of Kenny's from back in the 60s. And so I got the original recipe from the family. I met with Mr. Kenny probably about 4 years before he passed. So he gave me his blessings.
Oh, that sauce burger. Kenny's is alive and well in the Roanoke Valley.
The other thing this joint's known for, their 10-pound pound cakes, named by Dale's brother Tim. No, that's not a joke. They're actually that heavy.
Bake them, and when we're through, we poke holes all in them, and we pour a solution down through it, and it makes them even more moist. So my little interpretation when you eat my cake, it's like, it's so good.
Oh.
Whether it's coming from the food truck or that brown building on the hill, much like Granny's kitchen, Dale's is full of people who welcome you as family.
You know, everybody knows everybody, so we're just a big family.
We've laughed around the table, and we just had a great lunch today, and we do this so many times.
What would Granny West say?
Oh, she'd be great. She'd love it, yeah. She's looking down now, I'm sure.
Dale's Diner, a hometown eat with Granny's stamp of approval.